In this chapter and the next chapter, we're going to look into the geometry of circles. And this video is an introduction to let you know the basic terms and definitions related to circles. Can you define what a circle is? To define a circle, first of all, we need to start with a point. After that, when we draw a curve which is always keeping the same distance from this point, this curve is defined as a circle. The fixed point in the middle is called the center of this circle. The fixed distance from the curve to the center is called the radius of this circle. When we extend the radius in this way to double its length, this line is called a diameter of this circle. This is the content for this video. 8 basic concepts of circles will be introduced one by one. The first one is about arcs. Suppose this one is a circle and this is a diameter of this circle. The boundary of a circle is often referred as the circumference of the circle. For circles, we never use the word perimeter to describe the length of the boundary. We should use the word circumference instead. A half of the circumference is known as a semicircle. In general, part of a circumference is called an arc of this circle. If this arc is shorter than the semicircle, it is also called a minor arc. If we have points A and B here, mathematically this arc can be denoted by this notation, arc AB. On the other hand, if an arc is longer than the semicircle, it is called a major arc. Suppose we have points A and B here. If we use the arc AB notation to represent this major arc, this is not correct, because this notation actually refers to the minor arc on the right. Now we do not need to refer to the arc on the right, but we need the major arc on the left. In order to denote this major arc mathematically, we need to mark another point on this arc. Suppose this is point P, then we can denote this major arc as arc APB. The second term to be introduced is chord. A chord just means a line which connects any 2 points on the circumference. So this red line is a chord of this circle, and all these red lines are chords. As you can see, a chord can be a diameter if it passes through the center, and that's the special case of chords. The third concept is about sectors. Suppose we have a circle and this one is a diameter of this circle. A figure which is enclosed by an arc and 2 radii is called a sector. If this sector is smaller than a semicircle, it is called a minor sector. If these points are O, A, and B, this sector can be denoted by OAB. We usually start with the name of the center, so we start with the letter O in this case. On the contrary, if the sector is larger than a semicircle, it is called a major sector. Similar to major arcs, if these points are O, A, and B, we cannot denote this major sector as OAB, as OAB refers to the minor sector on the right. In order to denote the major sector on the left, we need to have another point on the arc. Suppose we have point P here, then the major sector can be represented as OAPB. The fourth concept is about segments. Again, suppose this is a diameter of this circle. A figure which is enclosed by an arc and a chord is called a segment. If this segment is smaller than a semicircle, this is called a minor segment. If we have points A and B here, this minor segment can be denoted by AB. On the other hand, if the segment is larger than a semicircle, it is called a major segment. Again, if these points are A and B, we cannot denote this major segment as AB, as AB refers to the minor segment on the right. Therefore, to denote this major segment, again we need to mark another point on this arc, and then suppose this is P, so the major segment can be denoted by APB. Now we come to the fifth one. Suppose the radius of this circle is R1, and the radius of another circle is R2. If R2 is equal to R1, that means these 2 circles have the same radius, and therefore these 2 circles are the same. In mathematics, if the radii of 2 circles are the same, they are called equal circles. Now let's consider two different circles. If the centers of these two circles overlap, these two circles are known to be concentric. Concentric means having the center at the same location. And now we come to the second last concept in this video. Suppose we have a triangle here. If a circle is drawn outside such that it can pass through all the vertices of this triangle, this circle is known to be a circumscribed circle or a circumcircle of this triangle. Not only triangles can be circumscribed. For a quadrilateral, sometimes we can draw a circumscribed circle as well. In this figure, this is a circumscribed circle of this quadrilateral. Similarly, we can have another concept called inscribed circles. Suppose we have a triangle here. If this time a circle is drawn inside, such that it touches all the sides of this triangle, this circle is known to be an inscribed circle of this triangle. Likewise, the same concept can be applied to other polygons like a quadrilateral. In this figure, we can draw a circle inside this quadrilateral which touches all the sides of this quadrilateral. This circle is also called an inscribed circle. That's all for the basic knowledge about circles. The next video will start talking about the properties of circles.